as a Chiefs fan, I've been a fan since Alex Smith was still playing, and back when, it wasn't all hyped up and we were good and weren't getting every call. But at this point, it's just getting really sad. It's hard because I want to support my team, but I cannot support a team that just gets every call when it's so obviously not that way.
More and more clips are coming out with countless plays and actions by the Chiefs that never got called by the refs. And we have speculators across the NFL analysts, everyone calling out Roger Goodell and the NFL for being rigged. In my previous video, we broke down a majority of the calls, but more and more are coming out. This post says, personally, I think boycott the Super Bowl is a good idea. I mean, why watch another rigged game where Kansas City, the newly appointed dynasty by the NFL, will be forced to win against a better team? And we all know this really boils down to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, many anticipating Travis Kelce to propose to Taylor Swift after winning the Super Bowl, just thus creating a bigger storyline, more media. And again, this has turned into reality TV and not football. Personally, the first time in my life, I'm not going to be watching the Super Bowl this year. I think it's very important for everyone across the NFL to boycott it. We need to tank the ratings this year, and finally the NFL will do something. If this is all about ratings, we have to be able to tank those ratings in order for a change to happen. In the game that is called the game of inches, why is it that we are not being precise? Why aren't we using AI and technology in 2025 when we almost have self-driving cars and everything that is out there right now? Even tennis, the past 10 years in tennis, they have a ball review. They have the whole entire court figured out if the ball was in or out. I mean, and that is tennis. It's just, why can't we do that on a football field? Why can't we replace refs with AI and just make this game more precise, more fair? Way too much is invested by coaches, players, fans. This is absolutely ridiculous, and I'm 110% not watching the Super Bowl. Bill Burr did his thing to Rich Eisen, basically calling out Rich Eisen on his show, saying that Rich Eisen, behind the scenes, is not the same person that you see on TV. Bill Burr went on Rich Eisen's show and roasted him for being a company man while calling the NFL fixed and alleging the NFL and refs are blatantly cheating to favor the Chiefs, and he makes a pretty good case. Skip Bayless saying that Josh Allen, the Bills, are up against a go-man juggernaut. That's 53 Chiefs and 7 referees. The memo will go out just as it did last week. Just like we heard from the girl in the opening clip on the roughing passer, make sure Taylor Swift makes it to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. So that was the memo that the NFL sent out. Michael Fabiano saying if the NFL wants to eliminate fans, analysts, questioning calls, allow all 15-yard penalties and pass interference to be reviewed. Also, get rid of the archaic chains and use technology to determine if the first down was gained. It's 2025 and the league prints money, for crying out loud. He's totally right. The NFL is making so much money. The Buffalo Bills Stadium is $2 billion, and that's just one team. Like, why are we in this archaic caveman stage still in the NFL? And for me, it's a signal that the NFL is scripted. The NFL is doing whatever they can to have a narrative to increase sales because it is a money-making business. And at the end of the day, it's corrupt. There is something going on here between Roger Goodell and the owners and the referees. You know, they understand that putting a team on a pedestal similar to the New England Patriots dynasty sells tickets. You know, anyone going against the Chiefs, that fan base is going to be paying attention. The NFL clearly has a serious problem here, and it's time that we make this game truly fair. Pro Football Talk even saying after the key play with the Bills and Chiefs, lineman judge Jeff Seaman and down judge Patrick Holt had different spots. The one with a potential view of the ball deferred to the other one who could not have seen it. And we saw that in my previous clip. Josh Allen's back was to the referee that ultimately made the decision as to where to spot the ball, and the ball was in Josh Allen's chest. Physically impossible for this referee to see where that ball went. And the fact is that they went into review and they reviewed the spot of the football and they still did nothing. Randy breaking down this stat, the Chiefs have 90% fewer penalties than their opponents over the 8-game playoff winning streak. So this is absurd. I mean, statistically, this is just impossible to happen if there isn't something going on or if the NFL is not favoring a specific team. How do the Kansas City Chiefs have 90% fewer penalties, and then we have countless footage against the Bills, against all of these teams that the Kansas City Chiefs get calls their way? Even Kansas City Chiefs fans calling it out, saying this is not fair to other teams. They are losing interest in the game because the game is being favored and tilted their way. They want to win fairly. We want to win fairly. The NFL should be a fair game, and it should be a precise game, and we have all the technology to do that. Jared saying, after last night's blatant screw job against the Bills, this is the first time in 10 years that he will not be watching the game. And I'm sticking to it. I promise you all, I am not watching the Super Bowl this year. To stand up for the Buffalo Bills, to stand up for the rest of the NFL, all other teams, all 31 other teams, 30 teams, because the Eagles are probably going to watch, have to boycott this game. We have to do our part and tank the ratings. Otherwise, nothing will ever change. See, thousands of NFL fans have posted on social media that they plan on boycotting the Super Bowl due to unfair officiating throughout the playoffs. And this needs to happen. Will Compton saying, as someone who's been part of a rigged game show, I can tell you it's an impossible task when the ones who run the league are against you. And this is literally the best comment I think I've read here. And this is coming from an ex-player. You know, Buffalo Bills, that's what this has turned into. It is a reality game show, and it is not a fair thing anymore. This really is an entertainment league. It's a money-making business. The higher-ups want to paint a narrative, and they are ultra concerned with making money and making sure the NFL stays profitable. We all know this game was totally tilted in the Chiefs' favor. We all know the game has been tilted in the Chiefs' favor so many times in the past, not only going against the Buffalo Bills. And it's really funny when we play the Kansas City Chiefs during the regular season and some of the penalties go our way during the regular season, maybe to hype up the fact that this game in the AFC is going to be even bigger because the Bills beat the Chiefs and all this speculation that goes around it. I really think the NFL refs really tilted maybe in the Bills' favor during the regular season, gave us the win during the regular season, but still ultimately knows that they were going to tilt that way for the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. So in my mind here, the Buffalo Bills really got screwed. We need to do our part in sticking together and boycotting this dang Super Bowl and not even paying attention to it. Let's tank those ratings. I don't even care if this video doesn't get many views. I just need to get that message out there. I want to do my part. I want to see a fair change in the NFL. Otherwise, it's going to crumble. But I appreciate you guys all so much if you joined. But I appreciate you guys all so much. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like, subscribe for future content. We are going to be breaking down the Buffalo Bills and all their deficiencies, maybe players that we should be seeking, and so much more. But truly appreciate you guys. Let's boycott this Super Bowl. Let's hope that the NFL and Roger Goodell starts actually making some changes. But again, I truly appreciate you all so much. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.